We're going to shift to Africa now. A key election has ended in controversy and heartbreak in Kenya. The country voted for its next president last week. After a lot of delay, the winner was finally declared. Take a look at what happened next. Officially, the election was called for this man, Vice President William Ruto. It was a surprise for many. Ruto was seen as the underdog in this election. He consistently trailed in the opinion polls, but the official tally revealed a narrow victory for him. He polled 50.5% of the votes. His rival, Raila Odinga, secured 48.8%. Like I said, a very narrow victory margin. It shows just how polarized Kenya is. The ethnic divisions, the religious divisions, all of them were brought to the fore by this close contest. William Ruto's job is to heal those divisions. The president-elect promised to be a leader for all.
I want to promise all the people of Kenya, whichever way they voted, that this will be their government. I know many are wondering, especially those who have done many things against us. I want to tell them that they have nothing to fear. There is no room. There is nothing. There is no room for vengeance. There is no room for looking back.
So William Ruto wants to get on with it. He wants to begin governing. But things are not so straightforward in Kenya. Such close elections inevitably raise questions about the polling. Was it done fairly? Was there any foul play by either camp? And to make matters worse, the election officials are split. You see, Kenya's top poll body has 7 members. Only 3 of them were present in the capital to declare the results. The remaining 4 boycotted it.
We are not at Bomas of Kenya because we cannot take ownership of the results that is going to be announced because of the opaque nature which these results have been handled.
So the battle lines were drawn. The only question was how this fight would unfold. In the past too, Kenya's elections have ended in controversy. In 2007 and 2017, there was violence. Almost 1,500 people were killed in the aftermath of the 2007 election. So the most pressing priority is to avoid a repeat, to resolve the matter peacefully. But in some places, the picture is worrying. Odinga supporters burnt tires in a Nairobi neighborhood. While in the city of Kisumu, they clashed with police officers. Tear gas was used to disperse them. Take a look at this. We know how these things work. All it takes is one trigger-happy cop or one fiery speech, and this whole unrest could spiral into something more devastating. A lot depends on how the leaders handle it. Raila Odinga gave his first reaction earlier today. He promised to pursue all legal means to challenge the result.
But suffice it to note that we will be pursuing all constitutional and legal options available to us. We will do so because we regard the many flaws in the elections and the wrongs committed by the iebc as fatal to the process and the outcome announced by Mr. Chebukati.
What about election observers? Dozens of them were deployed across Kenya. What do they have to say about the results? Well, most of them agree the polls were free and fair. The results reflect their post-poll findings. Then what explains this backlash, this sense of disbelief? Perhaps because of how William Ruto won. Like I said, he was the underdog. The current president, Uhuru Kenyatta, had abandoned him, called him untrustworthy. This put two of Kenya's biggest political dynasties against Ruto, the Kenyattas and the Odingas. That's why the results surprised so many. William Ruto ended up sweeping Kenya's political heartland. Do you know how? With a striking backstory, Ruto grew up in abject poverty. He walked barefoot to school. He sold chicken by the roadside. And he was 15 by the time he got his first pair of shoes. Today, Ruto is a big-shot farmer, perhaps the biggest in the country, and most Kenyans could relate to this story. They looked up to Ruto's success. This is a country where 16% of the population lives in poverty, where unemployment in the 18 to 34 age group is 40%. Ruto promised to change all of that. He promised a bottom-to-top approach. Plus, he's a great orator. He compared himself to a hustler who could get things done. Well, Ruto is halfway there. Chances are the Supreme Court will now investigate the election. If they're satisfied, the results will stand. William Ruto will be the 5th president of Kenya, and frankly, it's a tense moment. Not just for Kenya, but the whole continent. You see, Kenya is an East African economic powerhouse, so stability in Kenya is key to peace in Africa. And within the country, it is a test of maturity of the young democracy. Any country can transfer power after a landslide victory. Navigating such narrow results is the tricky part. If Kenya can do it seamlessly, it would be a coming-of-age moment in Africa. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.